Testing. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. Alright, cool. Let me focus. Put my phone down.
You don't have to focus. That's why I like having you on. You can just chill, dude. That's the vibe.
That's right.
Dude, you're so busy lately. Are you busy with comedy or just like other stuff
Oh
too?
my God. It's everything. It's like family stuff. It's like work stuff. They had layoffs at my job.
No way.
Yeah, it felt like America's Next Top Model. Like, we literally came in on like, what was it, Wednesday? We had to wait by the phone on Tuesday.
Come on.
Yeah, and so like one of my friends, he called me, and everybody in the house was like, "Oh," and I was like, "No, it's my friend, And he's like, tell his ass don't be calling right now." Like,
Jeez.
and then he calls. He's like, "Did you make the cut?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." But when you called, I thought it was
Like, what percentage of personnel are they laying off? Like a large percentage?
It was like a bloodbath. Like,
oh my God.
Like every department, and it was the point like my supervisor didn't know if he was going to make the cut. Like nobody was guaranteed. The person that announced that they were making the cuts didn't make the cut.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah,
They laid themselves off.
Yeah. No, like, so when he took us in the warehouse and we were all like standing up, like, I was like, oh, I've been through this before. I know what's about to happen. And so he's like, yeah, like, even my job is not safe. And I literally, like, I audibly, like, huffed, like, yeah, fucking right. But he didn't make the cut. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
And there's another comic that works for the same company.
Yeah.
So, like, I was just like, we work in two totally different departments, two different levels.
Wait, there's another. I didn't. There's another comic. Can you say the name, or is that not?
I don't want to say her name because, like, she's a fucking bitch, and I can't fucking stand her. But
that's dope.
Yeah.
Will she be able to put? I feel like she might be able to put. This
Yeah, she would definitely put two and two together.
Knows how you feel about
yeah,
her.
she definitely knows that I don't fucking like her. But
that's crazy. 'Cause I was literally one of the things, like, I wrote down some things I wanted to bring up, but like whatever
you
happens.
Can bring it up. Yeah, whatever happens.
It's just like one of the things I love about you is that you love. I am always like, Ebony likes everyone. And
I do.
So if you don't like someone, there must be a reason.
Yeah, like, and people like. So I'm one of those people. I feel like that I'm genuine. I'm really good at anticipating like people's emotional needs and stuff because I know what I need and what I would want in certain situations. So it's literally all I do. Like, I just be nice, authentic, and like if like I don't fucking know. Like if I hear your stomach grab, like, you want some of my nachos, and it's like we're sharing nachos. 6 months later, somebody's like, you know, that night I was literally dying of hunger. You saved my life. I'd be like, what? Like, that's literally.
Yeah. Do you think, was that like was that something you were taught? Like, are your parents like that? They're like, you know, you got to be like hospitable to people around you? Or is this like more specifically you?
That's a good question. I would say both of my parents at their core always have good intentions. So, but I would say they are Gen X, so they're kind of like a lot less. The logistics behind it is like, oh, you hungry? You need $5. Like, my thing is like how can we?
Yeah, Gen X is harsh.
Yeah, like, how are you feeling? Like, what do you
very
need?
millennial
Like,
of you.
you know, like, you give a person fish, but you know, if you teach them how to fish, kind of like in an emotional way, I would say. So I like to dig in or, you know, put myself in the place of other people. So I do think my parents, they both love to help others. Especially like my dad loves to help homeless people.
Really?
And my mother has brought home a homeless family before.
Oh, so it is somewhat familiar. You have you're open to the world in a way that maybe not everyone is, you know?
Yeah, and I used to like, I was on another podcast one time and it was like, what would you do if you had like all this money? And I was like, I definitely, like, if I saw tickets on somebody's car, like, I would secretly pay them and like they never will see the ticket.
What a fun idea.
Yeah, or if I had money, like I would put like umbrella stations at bus stops and stuff.
Umbrella stations? You mean like for shade cover?
No, like if like I feel like Philly has these spontaneous rain showers.
Yeah,
and it's always to me heartbreaking to see people get caught in rain showers. So I would like have like I would put like 10 umbrellas on a bus shelter and hope and tell people to return it back like the next day when on their commute.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking and these guys are looking like, this bitch is fucking crazy. And I was like, I never thought of doing no shit like that. Are you serious? I'm like, not in a bad way. They're just like, so that's like when I started to realize, like, oh, nobody else is really outside of my household is thinking like this. Like, maybe I am a good person.
Maybe you are.
But yeah, like, yeah.
But so you're saying that they weren't into like with their money they wouldn't give back, or just the specificity of your ideas was so like that one? I
think the specificity. Did I say that right?
I don't know if it's even of it. Yeah, there we go.
The specifics of it was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I think these are people that would be like, yeah, I'd open a homeless shelter. I would do this. But to something so like, I don't know, thought out, or they're just like, are you fucking serious, Ebony? And I'm like, I'm dead serious. Like, you never thought about it? They was like, hell no.
They've never been caught in the rain with like a nice hair.
Yeah, day, I would love to be the ticket fairy though. Like, cause when I see people get tickets, it like I know it ruins their day. Or when I see somebody's car getting towed, there's nothing I can do about that. Oof. But that breaks my heart because I'm like, they're gonna come outside. Are you someone who gets
a lot of tickets? Is that
I used to when I had more money. I had a really really big girl job. It was like admin type of thing.
Okay.
And I didn't, like when you don't realize you're making a lot of money. And I used to just get tickets.
Were you like young? You just were like, didn't know how much money you were making?
I think so I'm a late bloomer. So I didn't leave home like out of my mom's house till I was like 26 or 27 maybe. My sister left a couple years before me.
Wow.
So I went to college, I graduated and came back home. And
like you went to college when you were 26, 27?
No. I went to college early. I went to college when I was like 17.
Whoa. And so you graduated high school early?
Yeah, I started school early. So like me and my twin sister was like really smart and stuff, considered like really book smart, and so went to school early, graduated early. I think I told somebody else this. Bill Cosby was like the last commencement speaker at Temple. Like our class was the last class that they allow him to speak to. And
he went there, right?
Yes, he was like the most famous alumni. And at the time, like that was like the goal was to be like, I'm gonna graduate and I'm gonna hear Bill Cosby speech. Wow. So we were the last class before all the shit hit the fan and everybody found out he was a predator.
Graduate?
2013 technically, but I finished in 2012. But I didn't walk until 2013 because I waited for my sister.
Wow, that's so cute.
They was like, we're not going to 2 graduations, bitch. I was like, okay.
Not to call her out, but Ebony's sister. What is your sister's name?
Amber. The complete opposite name of mine.
She was maybe going to come, and I was so excited to grill the two of you about what it's like to be sisters.
We'll have to do it another time, but she has like, my sister is a person that keeps all her friends. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh wow,
her friend that she's at dinner with right now, they've been friends since we was like freshmen in college. Like, this particular young woman, I was gonna say this girl because I still feel like
I always
a girl.
do that. I always correct. Yeah. I always say girl, and I'm like, nah, that's a woman.
I'm like, this boy. I'm going to this Boy Max podcast. It just feels right though. Like I feel like we are girls and boys. Like
I mean, in comedy, I'm trying to resist growing up actively.
I just feel like we're boys and girls. Like I feel like a 30-some-year-old girl. Like I'm dead serious. Like. On a day-to-day, like, I be struggling.
I can't believe you're 37.
No, I'm 34. I said 30-something.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't need to age you.
No, because I'm getting to an age where, like, younger men approach me.
Come on.
And they like...
You like a younger man?
No. like 22 is crazy.
No, that's way too
young. Or, Like men are DMing me, young men are DMing me, and they're like 19.
Come on.
And they're like, yeah, I'm take care of you. Like, and they invite me to like hookah lounges and shit. And I'm like, I'm old enough to be your mom. And they're like, no the fuck you not. You know how Philly people they no the fuck you not. Like, you draw. And I'm like, no, I'm 34. Like, if I had you at like 14, I could be your mom.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, oh, nah, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, so, yeah.
Also, is a hookah lounge, is that like an enticing offer for you? Or is that like, so you're like, oh, yeah, sure, maybe. Or no.
Yeah. Like, hookah makes my stomach hurt.
I know. I can't smoke that much
hookah. Like, it makes my stomach, it's only one flavor that's good. It's mint.
I agree.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm ready to go home. And then it's like, the area is questionable where the hookah lounges are. Like, you know, like young men wearing shiesty masks and
sure,
you know, Nike Techs. Like, it's dangerous. I'm not doing it. Like,
what's your if someone were to slip in your DMs, and don't take any notes on this, what's your ideal first date?
So I love like restaurants and like exploring new places. It's not about the price, it's about the experience.
Oh, sure.
So I love like frolicking through like Chinatown.
I love the word frolic.
Yeah, I love to frolic. Like, that's my favorite thing. Like if I see someone on Instagram and you know, like a sushi place, or this place is known for this one particular dish, you know, something like that. I would like something like that.
So like thoughtful, like
thoughtful.
Here's this cool place I found. You want to go frolic there with me?
Yes, frolic.
Yeah.
And people that know like what I like they know that I'm obsessed with Hello Kitty. So it's like, you know, we're gonna go to the Sanrio store, something like that.
Right.
You know, it's something that lets me know that you're paying attention to who I am and what I like. So,
not the hookah lounge though.
Yeah, not that. Like, that's like maybe like 25-year-old Ebony would have been like so into that. But like me now, no. Like, I want to go somewhere that's like quaint and like got some character to it, and like you have to show up at this time so you can get this fish dish, and you know the lady she doesn't speak English, like, you know, like something with some character, you know, some eat, pray, love type shit.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I like a place like that. Like the small, like I don't need anything fancy. I just want a place with good food. That's always my vibe.
Yeah, the thing that I struggle with though is I have to have cocktails with my dinner. Like, I just saw a thing. Yeah, like, I just saw, like, Pop the Balloon with, like, these elderly people.
Well, is Pop the Balloon, that's, like, that internet show where someone comes forward, presents themselves. Yeah. If you're not into it, you pop the balloon.
Yeah, correct? And yes. And so they had, like, some older people. And the older people, the lady, she was like, I am going to have a margarita with my dinner every time. It's non-negotiable. So I'm not an alcoholic, but I have to have a margarita with my dinner. I'm going to have a cocktail with my dinner. And I was laughing because I already could tell that that's been an issue in her relationship.
Right.
Like, somebody like, you drinking again? Like, you drink. I have to be with somebody that lets me have a cocktail with my dinner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like you do like to drink, right? But,
yes, I like to drink.
But I don't think of you as someone who drinks too much.
Right. Like, I don't drink too much, but it's like, it's definitely a part of it's part of my fun time.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I love drinking.
And I'm not ashamed of it. Like, I feel like, you know, my mom always said that, like, eat, drink, and be merry. Like, I grew up hearing that.
Right.
And I really believe in it. Like, cocktails, I believe in, like, you know, having a little, like, we're going to hit, you know, I don't see me giving that up. I respect all my sober friends and stuff, but
yeah,
I do feel like we've gotten away from the fact that, like, a lot of culinary experiences, they involve wine, they involve this. Like, Martha Stewart know how to make a fucking martini. Like, you know, like, this is part of homemaking and having guests. So
yeah, I feel like the current, there's a lot of, like, there's a lot of current sobriety culture that's like leaking into people who, and obviously if you need to be sober, right? Be sober, but it's becoming trendy almost.
It is, and I think that there's kind of like this backlash towards people that do have like a healthy appreciation for drinks. Like, it's nothing wrong with a little drink. Like, T-Pain said, I'm gonna buy you a drink. Like this, I grew up on it. Like, I couldn't wait to get grown and go out and be like, yeah, like, buy me a drink.
Do you remember the first drink you had? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was it?
I was at a party. So I lived in a rural area. Like, I used to live in like the more suburban, like metro side of Atlanta. And then we moved after some financial hardships. I moved to a very rural area, which is why I sound like this. A lot of people think I'm from Mississippi, but I'm not.
You're just rural Georgia.
Yeah, I've lived in different parts of Georgia.
Okay.
So now my accent is like.
I love your accent. I think it's so cool to have an accent.
But people tend to think that I'm dumb. And then I have to like ruin their day and be like, bitch, what? Like. It's a whole thing, but
do you think that's partially because you present fun too? Like, you have an accent and then you also wear like a fun outfit, and therefore people think they're not thinking like, oh, she works in STEM.
I hate how like diplomatic and probably true that is, because I always assume the most malicious intent. But that's probably they be like, this bitch with the pink. Yeah, I do. I have a pink wig on. My titties be out, it gives bimbo, but that's probably it. That's probably it.
I did never assume you were dumb, for the record.
No, I don't think so, but I do. So this is like my genuine self. And so, before we start filming, I was saying like, I dress like this, like these are my clothes,
right.
Like this is my style. And, a lot of people just, I think I underestimate, because Atlanta is such a flamboyant place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll have a guy and you'll be like, oh, I could pick a different color because he wear red every day. That might be. But like,
yeah. That has a different implication.
He's the aquamarine guy.
Aquamarine.
Or whatever. Like, people have their quirks.
Yeah.
I kind of like the way that New York people are allowed to have their quirks. Like, that's the cat lady of Bushwick or
that's
whatever.
The best.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people have their quirks. And here I would say I didn't expect like the pink and the Barbie and the this and the that to be such, put in this box. Like, she's probably dumb. She probably don't know that. So in Atlanta, like, you might have somebody you might have a nurse that strips. You know what I mean? Like, so you just be ready for whatever. But here, I don't think it's a thing. But I was, I have a little neurodivergent.
Yeah.
But my first drink was Patron and Miller High Life at a very country shindig.
Like shots of it, or were you?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember because I remember the first time I had a beer. As soon as I drank it, I went, yeah, I like this.
So I come from a family where maybe this is not to be judged, but they would let children have a beer or so at a family gathering.
No, I like basically outside the U.S., every other culture does that.
Okay, cool. So I would have like, a Miller High Life or Budweiser or something.
Yeah.
And I had my first like beer at a very early age. Not like in a crazy way. Like they would give the kids like wine coolers or something. At like a 4th of July get together.
Yeah, it's like what is it? Like 2.5%.
Like a Boone's Farm or something. Something like I forget what they were called, and I don't want to waste time like trying to remember, but like a wine cooler or something. But my first like drink, I was in high school and I was at a party. It was in the country, and I had some Patron shots. And I remember on like the 4th or 5th shot.
Oh, you went in hard first.
Well, see, back then my tolerance was so strong out the gate. Like now, I could probably have 3 shots throughout the night and in a couple mixed drinks.
Yeah.
I couldn't drink.
Yeah.
But I always attribute it to my weight, like being a bigger girl, I can have a few drinks or whatever. But at the time, I didn't realize I was going so hard. And I remember going, I think I told Mike Rainey this. I went to the bathroom and had that moment that some drinkers have when you make eye contact with yourself in the mirror. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, it was just this euphoria, Max. And I was just like, I just felt alive. And I was in this place. And it was like, I'm a sentient being. The bathroom was like this liminal space where I just was like, I don't know. I just downloaded my real personality or something. Like everything that I had been through, because we had been through a lot during that time, because that's how we ended up in the country. And I was just like, fuck yeah. Like, and then I went out into this little shindig and I was dancing and I was just like, it got good to me, and I was like drinking like every weekend as like a 16-year-old, and my mom would send me with my own like 12-pack of Miller High Life because she didn't want me to embarrass her, and be like, oh, when Ebony, she was like, you don't want to have a reputation when Ebony comes, she drink up all the fucking beer. Like, first of all, these people didn't care. They just was like. So I was super quiet.
Your mom would send you with booze.
Yes,
or
like
with beer.
Yeah, because it was going to happen regardless. And then it was to the point where I was starting to get hangovers and stuff. And she was just like, concerned. And she pulled me to the side and was like, I'm worried about you. You're going to be going to college next year. And I don't want this to be a problem. Like, you getting fucked up every weekend. And I was like, girl, chill. And then when she started crying, I was like, oh my God, do I really be getting that drunk? And my sister was like, yeah, you be getting fucked.
Wow. But your sister wasn't doing the same?
She was getting drunk too, but like her tolerance was still high. Like Amber could take like 7 shots throughout the night.
Is that still true? Like, can she still?
No, she can. If she takes 7 shots in a night, she'll.
Yeah.
And she's a mom and shit now. But back then, like we was like the wild twins. Like we was wild. We was like the black Bush twins. We was bad.
Like, I bet you were fun though.
We was bad as fuck. And we used to get drunk.
But the issue is like you were still doing well at school, clearly. So it wasn't like it was impacting your life negatively. True, but I would say that kind of made a conundrum because it was like, and that's why it made it hard for my mom to intervene because she was like, I'm noticing that you having like hangovers and stuff, and and then I started like smoking Black and Mild, and then I'm sure in her mind she's like, okay, well next is probably like the Percocets or the Coke or something. Like she's wild, and I also think internally she had to come to terms, and I'm just guessing, with the fact that we had some hard times, right?
And then this was a consequence of that. Like, she's discovered alcohol and partying, and it makes her feel good. Mm-hmm. So she was a little concerned, but everything was fine until I got to Temple, and then I turned up again. So.
You turned up again? Did you see you? Yeah. You got into like other things? You're saying?
No, just partying. So my first year of college, I had to go to a school in Alabama, because some things happened. Like I played a sport. And
really?
Yeah, I used to throw the discus.
Come on.
I know, right? But I look just like this throwing the discus.
You would wear like this outfit.
Yeah, I would wear like lashes and like I was like made it sexy. Awesome. Like, like people
That's one of my favorite sports to watch in the Olympics.
Yeah, it's so I
love it.
Yeah, and I was really good. And all that. I never did that. I would just like spin around and be like hella smooth.
You made it look
like,
sexy.
Made it sexy. Like I wanted to be like Serena Williams cat suit sexy for a sport. Like
I don't know the reference, but
she wore this cat suit one time in like playing tennis.
Come on.
It was so controversial. She looked so good. And so I kind of brought that same flair to track and field. Like I was representing for the big healthy girls,
Yeah.
So but so went to school in Alabama first and then transferred to Temple. And Temple was such a party school.
I didn't know that about Temple.
Oh my God. I used to be the most, we used to have a saying like, we run Broad Street. Like all like Drexel and all them, they would come to like Temple parties. Like,
wow.
So fun. And
Were you in like is it like Greek life there, or is it just more like that's just the culture of the school?
So it was just the school culture. I would say Temple had compared to the South, Temple had a very weak Greek life.
Oh yeah.
They didn't have a huge emphasis on that.
I mean, where you're from, like that's like Greek life there is serious.
Yeah. So here it wasn't quite like that, and I would say the school was so like academically robust that none of that stuff kind of mattered. Like, and we were under such like immense pressure when it came to school and stuff. And so the nerdiest person, like I'm talking about your surgeons, your whoever, your neuroscientists,
right?
We was getting fucked up, Max. Like,
I believe it.
In a communal way. Like we would hit the streets on a thirsty Thursday and just like
where were the Temple party spots? Like you go out into Philly, or is it like on campus that you're partying?
So I would say Diamond Street was definitely a hot spot. Like they had this place called the Hollywood House. I don't know why. It was these group of guys that rented this like piece of shit house.
Yeah.
And they would have house parties. And we would get so fucked up. Like one time, I got so fucked up. And when I realized a man had me in his arms, like picked me up. Like
was carrying you.
And like thrusting and doing like sexual innuendo dancing and appearing. And I was like, you know, I've always been a big girl. And like this guy was like a slim dude. And he like picked me up. And I was like, ah. And at the time, like, everything just made sense. Like, all the time I spent bored in the South. Because I always wanted to, like, just, like, pack up and run away to, like, New York, you know?
I feel like I constantly have that sensation, though. Like, that like, where you're like, what if I just dropped it all and disappeared and started over?
Always wanted to live in New York.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I had this, like, snobby-ish, like, aspirations. You know, I felt too big for my small town. And I really romanticized just, like, packing up and running away. Like, I used to want to live in Paris.
Yeah.
And all that type of stuff.
I mean, New York is close now. You can still do it.
Well, once I moved to South Philly, that sensation kind of left. Like,
really?
Still, when I visit New York, I'm like, wow, I'm here. I'm in the Big Apple.
Yes.
But I really love Philly. Like, I hate it, but like everybody does. But
yes.
I appreciate it. You know what's funny?
So whenever someone's like talks to me about Philly, and I'm like, I love this city.
Yeah.
And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And I know that it's my home because it drives me crazy, and I still love it.
Yeah,
it's like family.
Yeah, I have these moments where I hate the people here. I hate their attitude. I hate how hateful they are. I hate how critical they are.
Yes,
I hate how they are haters. But it's like nowhere else in the world for me. I don't think it's perfect for me.
I really so like you say like let's talk theoretical, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like you are on this trajectory. You achieve success doing stand up. You would still stay here and just like do stints in New York. Is that kind of how you perceive it?
Never LA.
Really, not LA.
Never, and I have family in LA. Like my mom is like originally from Compton. I have a lot of resentment there for like personal reasons.
Oh, okay.
And like
not about comedy.
Not about comedy. And also, I never been an LA girl. Like, I've never been biracial enough, slim enough, you know, just palatable in that Los Angeles way. A lot of my first, like, rejections and criticisms came during summer times, like, going there as a child. And, oh, you so big. Oh, you so tall. Like, I don't think I'll ever fit in LA.
Oh wow!
You know, just a yoga bitch that just eats celery type of thing, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's not your vibe.
I have felt like I've experienced LA, and I just have never felt welcomed in that way. Like, I'm real, and like people there, they feel me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of family history there, but I just resent it. You know, for so many different reasons. And almost like a generational trauma type thing. Like, I don't fuck with LA. So
do you not like, but like, do you just want to do straight stand up, or would you want to do acting too? I mean, I guess never say never to anything, right?
I mean, yeah. So it's like right now, and this is gonna be like unnecessarily deep, but that's me.
That's why I love you.
I'm just letting, because I am a spiritual person. I am letting like the divine use me however the divine sees fit. Like I never wanted to do stand up. I always wanted to be screenwriter. I think we talked about that before. I only wanted to write scripts, and this is the only thing that like I've gained like this traction.
It does
found myself. Yeah,
it feels very natural to you.
Yeah, and it's like it's not what I wanted to do, and it's not sometimes not what I want to be doing, but it's like
Like I feel like once you're on stage, you're like,
sorry, my fake nose ring is falling out.
Oh yeah, fix it.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
But like, I feel like, does that translate? Like once you're on stage, it always feels like you feel very much like you want to be there.
Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world, honestly. But it's never, there's a certain fear that I experience before I get on stage and stuff. Just even the logistics of getting to a comedy show for somebody like me is hard.
What do you mean by that?
Just the way my brain works and stuff is like, like I'm at work, I'm doing this science thing, and then I'm like, okay,
now you got to change.
Yeah, I have to change, literally change clothes, change wigs, come out of my shell,
Are there specific wigs you use for comedy versus like, obviously you're not wearing a crazy wig under your outfit at work?
Yeah, so it's like a rotation. So I have a work wig, and then when you have to wear like, I don't know what it is, and if anybody else in science watches this or work in like clean room labs or something, manufacturing in any way, those fucking hair nets fuck your wig up. Like, even I've had coworkers that have braids, and they're like, this fucks my braids up. Like,
not made for all hair.
It's not. And so a lot of the like black people that or even just curly girls of all races.
Sure.
I've seen like I wear bonnets now under my hairnet.
Oh, that's smart to keep it from like fucking up your hair.
Yeah. And so I'll have like a work wig that used to be like a stand-up wig, but now I'm wearing it at work.
Because it just gets messed up.
Yeah, it just gets messed up. And then, I have a buzzed haircut under this that I do wear sometimes, like at the mics and stuff.
Yeah.
And so but I still don't show up to work like that because, that's still not seen as like professional or feminine. I'm literally wearing all these different types of hats. Right. But yeah, I do have like work wigs, comedy wigs, and then sometimes I just don't wear no fucking wig at all. Like,
does that that must feel nice? Like sometimes just to like just be free.
Yeah. So when I was at Crash Out Comedy, it was hot in there. It was just like
I know the clip you're talking
about.
Yeah,
it was like the weather like betrayed me, and I was dressed like I had a little sweatshirt, a skirt.
Oh yeah, you are dressed warm in that.
Yeah,
clip.
I was just warm as shit, and it was hot as hell. Like my friend showed up wearing like hoochie daddy shorts and shit, and I'm like,
you're like, that's what I should have worn.
Yeah, and it's like BYOB. And I left work straight from work to there. I had to change the clothes.
Tough.
I just didn't fucking feel like I was like, I don't care. And got there, it was hot, and I was like, I'm about to fucking do it. Like and I just took the fucking wig off, and they was clapping.
Yeah, I feel like most of the time that's a fun move.
I never did that. That was my first time doing that. It was such a huge deal, and I had like this, what do you call it? Like oversharing, like hangover. Like the next day, I was like, oh my God, I took my fucking wig off.
Really?
Yeah, and then the reception to it was so warm and like even in the clip, like they was clapping, like it was like a thunderous applause.
Yeah, no, it was the reaction.
It's a huge deal to me. Yeah, it was such a huge deal to me to just be like vulnerable in that way, like usually if I wear my baldy, it's like, I planned it, I'm gonna have a certain earring on and this and that. It was in that moment I was in, it's Crash Out Comedy is BYOB, and I had a lot of the B,
Yeah.
I was drunk as hell, and it doesn't show in the clip. I was so drunk.
What were you drinking?
We was drinking gin.
Oh, gin is always tough.
Yeah, my friend brought the gin, And that was my first time having it, and I would say now I love gin.
Really?
Yeah.
I work in a writing theme bar, and there's a lot of English majors that come in.
Okay.
Heavy into gin.
Yeah.
But it is worry. I feel like it's a worrying liquor to me. Like as a bartender, like if someone comes in and they order a shot of gin, immediately scared.
Yeah, you're like, what you going through?
Right. Exactly.
So lately I've been having a lot of gin and tonics. I would say
gin and tonics are delicious.
That's what I've been drinking. So lately I told somebody like the gin is like, I feel like Lil Wayne on lean. Like the way Lil Wayne
kind of feel like that.
Yeah, it's a different.
I always describe it. I feel like very noodly when I drink gin. Like like your body feels very loose and weird. Which I'm sure I've never done lean. So
it's very like muted. It mutes as a very anxious person. It really mutes like certain aspects of my anxiety, but I felt so cognizant and like in the moment, like when it comes to being like, if I drank tequila like I was drinking that gin, no, they would have been like, you embarrassed yourself. But the gin was like, it was like Gatorade. Like I was performing. Like I was.
Can you perform when you're drunk?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I actually prefer it, but I had to step away, and I actually like situations where I'm forced to be sober, because then it reminds of me like it's not the alcohol, like it's you're funny, you wrote these jokes, but I perform.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, but anytime I'm performing sober, it's not by choice. Like recently I did Don't Tell Philly, and my same friend that bought the gin was supposed to bring some more alcohol.
Because Don't Tell is BYO.
Yeah, it's BYOB. And I don't know what happened, but he was late as fuck. And I was just like...
and you're like, dude, I'm trying to get a little drunk.
I'm trying to get you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a little loose.
Try.
He's like, bro, I'm running behind. I'm like, I'm going to have to do this sober. And then I hated how that sound. Like, you're like, girl, you can do this sober.
Yeah.
It was fine. Yeah, it was totally fine. Like, the TU mic, I post a lot of clips from that. Like,
the TU mic.
Yeah, they had Liam Katz has Temple University.
What a cutie.
He's so cute, right? He's like 90s cute. Like,
he's so sweet too.
They don't make him like that.
No,
like,
they really don't.
I'm like, you are such a throwback.
Yeah, that's so true. He feels like he's directly out of a movie from 1999.
Like some Seinfeld character. Like, like Seinfeld's competition. Like, that fucking Liam Katz is going to be there. Like. But so I did that mic sober, and Charles Steele was there, and I was so nervous, and he was like, girl, like, you got this. And it ended up being like a great performance. So I don't prefer to do stand-up sober, but I can.
Do you think that's just because, like, I like when stand-up to me feels like I'm just like out hanging out, and I just am like, oh, I'm doing stand-up. So it like feels like kind of fun, like you're partying. It's just part of the night versus like the focus.
Yeah, I used to feel like that about work. Like back when I had this like big girl job, I used to go to Orange Theory, and I'd be like, work is just a stop during my day. Like that's how I would trick myself. But stand up for me, I know the vibe that you're talking about.
Sure.
But I don't achieve it often. Because, and I feel like this is going to sound like haughty and like pretentious.
No, I get it.
But a lot of times when people put me on their show, they put a lot of pressure on me to like save the day, save the night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so intense. I didn't realize that was happening.
And so sometimes I don't get to have as much fun because they'll be like, you're going to go up third. You're going to go up third. You're going to... I'll be like... Well, damn.
They're like, the first two, not going to go well.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't... And so it's just already this pressure. Like, I was just like contemplating on this like a couple of days ago. It was just like, I feel like every time I touch the mic, like I don't get to have as much fun as I used to. Like, it's such a, like, the onus is on me to like... tear it up, you know. You gotta tear it up. I'm like, goddamn.
I mean, that just means on some level that you are someone who people rely on to do well.
Yeah,
but
and so
that's intense.
It's intense, and I feel like in my personal life, I'm somebody that everybody relies on. Sure. I feel like at work, I have to be so reliable, and then now in the stand up, like so. because of my schedule, the last time I was at Pistolas was on Tuesday. Like, me and Tommy running my. He does a great job. But some nights I don't feel like going up. And so.
And eventually he'll be like, you got to?
Yeah. He'll be like, come on, Eb. Come on, Eb. And I'm like, and he'll let me slide. He's great. He'll let me slide a couple weeks. And then I'll just be sitting in the corner, and then he'll be like, it's people here that came literally specifically to see you. And I'll be like, oh, shit.
That's interesting. I mean, like, I do think of like that mic as obviously with Tommy as yours.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to go up though. It's
really?
Just like I wouldn't care either way, because to me it's like your presence is you
right.
and Tommy's presence is what makes the room the room.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we there to like facilitate and like encourage and make sure everybody gets a chance to go up and stuff. And so, but he lets me rock out sometimes, but he'll be like, okay, it's been a couple weeks since you went up, and it's people here. I feel like you need to go up tonight. And I'm like, okay. And every time I go up,
that's a good observation from him.
Yeah, and every time I go up, it goes well. It's fun, and I never regret it.
Yeah.
But this past Tuesday, I didn't go up. No, I think I did go up. I went up last or something. I don't know. I did some posting.
Because I feel like, did you post a clip from that?
And that was old.
Oh, was it? Okay,
I have so much stuff to post, and I just
that's smart. Like,
but that was one of the nights, and that's the tone of that clip. I'm like, I ain't got shit to say, y'all, and then I get up there and it's like super funny.
Yeah.
But that feels real, like, and sometimes I go to a show and I feel like a certain level of despair almost, because because they'll like tell me, they'll be like, bruh, like, this shit is not going right. Like, you gonna crush it. I know you're gonna crush. No, you're gonna crush it. And I'm like,
that's so much pressure.
Yeah, and
obviously you can rise to the occasion. Like, I firmly believe in you, but it's like, I don't know. You want it to feel fun.
You want it to feel fun sometimes. And so recently I did Peggy O'Leary's show.
She like Delaware more?
Yeah, Delco.
Okay.
Delco. Like this bar called JT Brewski's.
Okay.
I was the only black person there. It was
on the show, you
nice.
mean, or like in the room?
In the whole room.
Oh my
like,
God,
I feel like probably the whole bar.
In Delco too.
Yeah. So they were wonderful, amazing. It was a great time. This place called JT Brewski's. And I think that show was so fun because everybody did so good.
Oh, really?
Like Josh Martier, I think he opened. Maybe he didn't open, but he was hosting. So he did some stuff. Then
I like his style.
Yeah, he's so chill. And then this other person went up, and then I went up, and then Ryan Foster went up last. But that was
Foster. He's tall, right?
Yeah, I call him Uncle Jesse from Full House of Philly comedy.
Great reference. Now I know exactly. Who it is.
And everybody was doing so good that when I got up, it was like no pressure.
Yeah, it
was so fun. But sometimes I go to a show and they're literally like, "All right, bring it home, Big Mama." You're like, "Oh, goddamn, okay."
I mean, at that point, though, you go like, are you paying me more? You know what I mean?
No.
If I have that much pressure on me, I want some more money. But maybe that's wrong.
That's something I've been struggling with, honestly. Like, I know that at this stage of, my journey, I would say, it's going to be times where my payment is probably going to be a drink, or the fact that I could get a good clip out of this and post it. The
experience is paying itself almost,
But I'm also getting to a place where I feel that I should ask for more. But it's like,
yes,
I struggle with that because my reputation is literally, she's nice, she's sweet, she's Southern, so that gives me anxiety too. Like, it's
because if you were to break that character almost that people expect from you, it's like, what happens now?
Exactly. Wow. And I feel like this week I've been breaking it. Like, I've been going off on people that leave me negative comments. I've been like, fuck you. Like, your mama's fat. Like, I seen a picture of her on your page. She's fucking fat. Like,
people leave negative comments.
Oh my God, yes.
On like what recently? Like Like one of your clips?
Recently, the Sherelle Parker thing. And I did say this. Yeah,
it's kind of blowing up a little.
Yeah, it's kind of blowing up a little bit, and it's the stupidest thing I ever said. It's like 20 seconds.
Also, you're so cute in it. Like you say it, and then you're like,
yeah,
and you leave. It's
skedaddle. Like
it's so lighthearted.
Yeah,
you know?
Thank you. And I never, and it's old. I never intended to post it, but with everything going on. And everybody in my house, people around me, they're so frustrated with her. I'm like, I'm going to post it. Fuck it. She look like James Brown. I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm specifically talking about her hair looks like James Brown. Because if we're going to go...
it's a joke, most importantly.
Yes. And if we're going to go to the specifics of her look, she looks more like Tracy Morgan than James Brown. But anyway, I digress. Mm-hmm. But, so you have people in the comments...
look like Tracy Morgan.
Who you think you look like? You know, I'm very self-aware. I'm like Baby D from Next Friday and Aretha Franklin.
Also, I did. You know what's funny? I read this comment you're talking about. Yeah. And I is that you said? I love the way you handled it though, because you weren't mean. Yeah. You just were like, I know what I look like. I know what I look like.
I'm so self-aware. Like I know what I look like.
Yeah.
And then you have other people like, oh, so you opening the door to body shame? I'm like, first of all, I didn't say anything about this woman's body.
Yeah.
And then two, it's just like. So, you know, me, I always try to be like palatable and, you know, because I have this thing with God where it's just like, I have to be on point, you know what I'm saying, without going all deep and stuff. But lately, this week, I've lost my patience. Like, and like the other comic that I was talking about, the comic that works with, like,
I was hoping you bring that back.
Fucking tired of like being nice to people that say like shady shit, because people say shady shit to me. Like Philly is definitely a place where people take your kindness for weakness. Like,
oh my God, I feel that so deeply. Yeah. I think sometimes people like, and obviously I don't think I have this to the same degree, but there's times where people are shocked when I'm not just like the person that I present.
Yeah, and it's like I'm picking up on what you're saying. I'm hearing the shade. You're being mean spirited to me, and it's always sad for me when I have to show people like my shadow side.
Yeah, like, I don't want it out.
Yeah,
right?
that I have that like. Because you don't become a good person without having that kind of dark side to you.
Oh, that's a great way to think about it. Because it's like you're making a choice versus like this isn't that you have go. You're not taking your first reaction. You're going, that's messed up. I'm gonna react nicely.
That's perfect. You said this is a choice.
Yes,
I'm choosing to be nice, and so So recently, just my patience, like, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's I'm getting older. I don't know if it's because I haven't had sex in like 10 months. I don't know what it is, Max. God. But I just don't. I'm calling bitches. I'm calling.
Well, but I also feel like I think about this a lot because it's like you shouldn't keep that in. Because there's someone that you're not being nice to by holding that in, and that's yourself.
Myself.
You know what I
So,
mean?
so that's when I've been posting Hank a lot from Me, Myself, and Irene, because that's the other side of me.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that's the other side of me is Hank, like that nice person that, you know, oh yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of humility, I would say, even though I think it's such an asshole move to say, oh, I'm humble. But people tell me that all the time. You're so humble. And that's a choice, like you just said. So lately, I've found that people have really been, as Philly people say, playing in my face. And it's like, oh, bitch, I can play too. Like, I can really play too. And it's like, yeah, like I really can go there. And I think it literally takes me like 2 years, I would say. I'm like Jeepers Creepers. Like I have a certain time period where like I'm just gonna jump out and start eating you bitches alive. Like what was sad?
Don't push me.
Don't push me. And I feel like lately I've been running out of patience.
Which is so I think it's also shocking to me because maybe I'm just like not an idiot, but it's to me obviously you could sometimes I would never take your kindness What am I trying to say? Like that, obviously it's a choice.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to push you because I like your kindness. So I'm going to respect it.
Like let's all be kind. Let's all,
yes.
Like I always think of kindness as like this potluck where you bring some of your best self. I bring some of my best self.
I like that.
And then we all have this just beautiful occasion, which is usually the mic that I help host, where we all have our individual struggles. Times are hard right now.
Mm-hmm.
All the shit that we all just go through individually that, people have no idea like what I go through on a daily basis.
Right.
Especially to show up as this, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like putting eyelashes on all the fucking time. Like, I don't.
They're not noticing the work you're putting
in.
The
work. Like, this is, I just don't wake up and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I get scared. I cry. You know what I'm saying? I yearn. I hurt. I
love the word yearn.
Yeah, I'm the biggest yearner. Like, as a Scorpio, I am the yearner. Like, I'm always in like some type of poetic disposition of just pining and wanting and all this shit, but I have to check that and I have to say this is not other people's problems. And so when I keep doing that and then a person is like, yeah, bitch, yeah. And then I'm like, you know what? And it's this thing just growing in me. And it's just like, it takes like 2 years. And I'm
Is that how long you've been doing like comedy in Philly? Is that kind of why you're saying 2 years?
I would say engaging with people on this level. Yes, I didn't even think about that, but yeah. But even like in like school or, whatever.
Like by the end of your sophomore year, you're like,
yeah, like, okay, it's time for me to like choke slam this bitch, but it usually takes about, I would say 2 years on average for me to just become Hank.
Yes.
And I'm like pre-Hank right now. Like I'm.
But let me ask you this before you jump into that character too hard. Yeah. Is like, because for me, like, I also choose kindness.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, like, I always call it my line cook, but my line cook will come out and I'll just turn into like an absolute menace.
Yeah.
But the thing that I always think about is like, there's this duality of one, like, I hate that people have pushed me to that state where it has to come out.
Yeah.
And then also that I hate being that character. Like, it takes away from me. Do you find that when you let it out like that, that you feel better? Or is it like a weight on you to have acted that way?
I would definitely say the latter. When it's over, I just have so much mess to clean up. It's because I say I am so, just as I'm capable of saying things where you say like, that's compelling, that's smart, that's funny. I can say something so terrible, so biting, so lingering. I've said things to people that have lasted them for years.
Like they're still thinking about it.
Yes, and I hate that. And you can't take it back. Yeah. I had an individual, my sister, and that's what twins can do. My sister sicked me on this person that upset her.
They were being mean to her.
Oh yeah, like put her out. This is a platonic, like her gay male friend. He put her out during a rainstorm, and I'm like, okay, that sucks. She was up here, I was in Georgia. I'm like, oh my god, that sucks. Like, where you gonna go? I'm gonna go to my other friend's house. She's like, but I need you to cuss him out on Facebook. And I'm like, this don't have nothing to do with me. And she's like, Ebony, cuss him out. And I'm like, okay, well, twin sister said, cuss him out. I call this man a something kind of lumberjack body motherfucking bitch. And he wore a lot of plaid and he's a larger guy. And to this day, it breaks so I had a comedy dynamic clip kind of go viral on TikTok. And he was in the comments and he was like, Ebony's been funny since college. She let me have it one time. I think about it all the time. And I was like, oh. And I can't take that back. Like, I had some romantic stuff go wrong and I said some awful stuff to this guy. And in trying to prove that he wasn't all the things that I said he was, he like took some girl on a trip to Jamaica and like sent me the pictures like, yeah, remember when you said I wasn't shit? And I was like, oh my God, I did say that.
You know, but maybe you're changing people's lives.
So I was just reading that. They was like, that's because, you know, I'm super into astrology. It was like, that's the Scorpio's role, is to put people in their place.
What is the Scorpio birthday?
My birthday is on Halloween, but it's like October something to November something.
Yes.
Like,
always dig Scorpios.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's what I've been told. Like, that's our role. We put people in their place and all this other type of stuff. And this is something that I don't like doing. I'd be like, oh, this is going to hurt me to have to hurt you like this.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, sometimes the pain, it's like, you're pushing me to this place where now you're like, you think that like crafting all these funny thoughts, I can do that same thing with being mean. Yeah, and you don't want it.
Downright evil. I can be downright evil. And that's what I don't want to be. And so, but lately I feel that people have been pushing me into that space. And like you were saying, I do think that having to clean up behind that or the aftermath of that has always been awkward. It's all because that doesn't last in me. Like, if I was going to be that kind of, like my mom's sister, that's her.
Right, her whole life.
Yeah, her older sister, Fifi, that's how she gets down. Like, she's a November Scorpio. Me, I don't want to be like that all the time. So once I get back to good Ebony and, you know.
Well, what do you think's happening that's making you feel like this way, you know? Like, is it just like you're just tired?
I'm tired. And also, I feel that there's certain, you know, for a person that pours into people, they have to be poured into as well. And so I think, and this is not related to comedy at all. Like I would say in my romantic life, other aspects of my life, like I'm working really hard.
And I mean, you did say it's been 10 months.
Yeah, it's been like 10 months since I had sex. So I think that has me on edge.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't see an end to this. I don't want to call it a celibacy, but like.
Well, you're making moves right now.
Yeah,
which
I'm
makes
so
it
busy.
hard to like let some jerk, like, not to say everyone's a jerk, but just like some, let's use the word, right? Like some child almost.
Yeah.
Like, you need a
it's
man.
Some other grown men that have tried to court me. And it's just like, I have a lot of feelings and reservations, and it's just complex. It's just really complex. And then I have other friends, like my gay friends. My gay friends, they're like, just fuck somebody. I'm like, I can't.
Like gay male friends?
Yeah, my gay male friends is like, just fuck somebody. I'm like, I can't. Like, I can't.
No, you can't. And I don't mean that as a judgment. I just mean like, you are such a person that's like, you're so loving and open that you need someone who's going to give that back to you.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like that vulnerability, I don't even know if I should call it vulnerability, but I think maybe that need is, it might be showing on me.
Right.
And giving something else. I don't think it gives.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Like people are reading your openness or your vulnerability as weakness?
Yeah, I think so. And I also think like, and then it's like, it's frustrating too, because as a woman, that's the easiest thing to do. Like, I could go outside and just be like, let's have sex. And the Amazon Prime guy's like, me, it's my, like, it's not hard to do. It's not hard. And people approach me, especially in my DMs and stuff. I get a lot of.
Do you?
Yeah, I get a lot of like male suitors in my DMs and stuff. And it just, I don't know. It's just like, it's just hard right now. Like, it's hard. Yeah. And it's also like, I'm starting to build like I would say, a support base, and people. I was in an Uber the other day, and the lady was like, "Is your name Ebony?" I mean, obviously my name's Ebony. She was like, "I follow you on TikTok," and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "I know that voice," and I was like, "My voice?" And she's like,
"That's sick."
She pulled up a TikTok and was like, sometimes I rewatch your TikToks. You're so funny," and I was like, "Oh my God,
wow!"
So that's become a thing too, because like Philly, I feel like it's such a small space, like. And then the same way that I feel a pressure to perform, comedically, I feel like if I just pick a random man to fuck, I'm gonna have to fuck this man down to the ground. Like, I'm going to have to perform. Like, I'm gonna have to, like, he gonna be like, "Oh, that was the," cause then my name's out there. Like, I don't know. It's just. It's a lot, and then it's like
you have to perform. Because it's such a small world, or it's such a small city. You want to make sure that you're putting down your best game.
Like, I want a good Yelp review. You know,
I feel that.
I don't want nobody to be like, "Oh yeah, that shit was trash." Like,
that's how I feel when like other comics are sleeping with other comics, and I'm like, you're not putting out your best game when you're doing that.
Yeah, because it's like that's material, like. And it's like, it's only like a couple comics like that I would have sex with. And it's like, they see me as like their sister or something like this.
Yeah.
They have like infantilized me, like, "Gotta take care of Ebony. Oh, we love it." Like, oh my God. Like, I want to fuck you. Like, and it's just like, no, I think, and then that's the worst, because they give you the compliment. They're like, "I think you're so beautiful. You're so smart. You know, you're so chocolate. You're so." I'd be like, "What?"
You're like, are we gonna fuck or not?
Like, no, and it's just always no. And it's just like, no. Like last night, I went to sleep like in the dark. Like I was just laying in the dark, like listening to Stevie Wonder. I was like,
oh my God. You're in a moment right now.
I am.
And thank you for sharing it with me.
No, yeah, it's just like, the only way to get through it, my therapist says that, like, only way to get, what she said? She's like, you have to go through it. The only way out is through. She always says that.
Yes, there we go.
And I'd be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Like, so I go through a range of emotions of feeling like invisible, but so visible, rejected, but like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It sucks.
Just to tie this back to comedy, have you ever been to the Comedy Cellar in New York City?
I haven't. I've never been there.
Oh
I went to something called the Whiskey Cellar, and that was a whole thing.
A whole ordeal.
Yeah. I was sold on coming there for a show.
That was your first New York City show, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And none of the big acts on the lineup, they magically weren't there.
Oh,
and then
that's
it
weird.
Was like literally like a room of like 10 people. A lot of them I was related to, so it's like a private show for my friends and family.
I mean, you brought the crowd, basically.
I brought the crowd.
Oh my God.
One of them was my cousin's pregnant wife. It was fun. Don't get me wrong, because I frolicked through like Chinatown and stuff, and it's fun.
I mean, I love New York.
Yeah, I loved it, but it was comedic. Like as far as the comedy show, I was just like, this is not what I came up here for. But I'll be there again in like October, and I'm gonna do comedy in Harlem and stuff. So
cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
But just to say this real quick. I went to the Comedy Cellar, which next time you're in New York, you should go to, because like, it's just the when you walk into a room and you go, wow, there's crazy energy here.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love it.
And the host there made it very clear. They said, how much energy you put out talking to the audience, how much energy you put out is gonna give back to the comic, and they'll be able to put more out.
Oh wow!
And so I think about that a lot, like with what you're talking about, like how you're saying, like you are putting so much energy out, right? Like you're trying to make great stuff all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And if people aren't bringing that back, it's like it's so infuriating.
It is. I agree. Like I feel like there's certain people that get where I'm like, you get where I'm coming from. or like,
well, I see how hard you're working.
Yeah, I'm working really hard. And so I do have these moments, and that's what it is. I have these moments where I'm exhausted, I'm overworked, and I'm underfucked, and I'm like, and I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, nobody loves me.
Oh my God. Dude, the fact,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Overworked and underfucked might be my favorite thing I've ever heard.
That is me. Like, literally, overworked, underfucked. And it's really getting to me.
I would love to be, like, petitioned to get Ebony laid, but I don't want those people sliding in your DMs.
It's like, but see, that's the thing. It's like, that's why it's so hard being me. Because it's like, bitch, you cannot have it all. Like, you cannot be this sensitive ass person that just...
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be in love with this person to have sex with them. Like, you know, or...
You're someone who only has sex when you're in love?
Not in love. It has to be like a certain level of like trust or like potential, or it's a feeling.
For me, it's always like, I can't really sleep with someone that I can't connect with mentally.
Right.
And that's very important to me.
Yes. And I think the last relationship that I was in was such an experiment. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like, but it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't right. It wasn't. I shouldn't have done that.
The issue is like, I'm picturing who it's about.
You know?
The last person.
Yeah, you know. Don't say, you know.
I think,
okay, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, so.
Unless there was someone after.
No, it hasn't been nobody after. Because I feel like, I think I underestimate the power of my poom poom. And I just wielded it. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. And then all of a sudden, I'll end up in this like serious thing that, you know, it was some positives to it. Don't get me wrong, it was not like the worst thing ever, but it was like my first white man. That was my first white man.
Oh my God, you went in hard.
I went in like the whitest of the whites.
Yeah, you really
you
did.
know, and he was shorter than me, and it was just, you know, and I had to really face such a critical group of people where like
they're judging you based on
and then I have people to this day that didn't know about it, and they're like, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like, what did I do? I took a chance. I have a lot of whimsy. Like, I'm sorry that y'all pedestalized me.
Also, like, I think it's important. You use this word, so I hope it's okay if I do.
Of course.
Is that you say you're neurodivergent.
Yeah.
And that is a person who also is in that realm.
Oh yes, for sure.
And people sometimes will be like, oh, I didn't see that from him. And I'm like, really?
Yes. Like, he's very neurodivergent. And so I would say, two people, like, and again, I would say that's the luxury that's not extended to me. The fact that I can experience, you know, this type of thing, you know, and to everybody, you don't look like, you know, well, yeah, I eat the same thing every day. I wear pink every fucking day. You know, so some of the decisions that I make, they're not going to be like, you know, I struggle with eye contact, all those things. Yes. So some people, they get those things and it's like, oh, that's what that is. Oh, you bring your phone on stage. Oh, because I can't focus. I have to see my jokes, you know. Oh, I get it now. So that's the kind of the double-edged sword of kind of presenting so put together, I would say. So yeah, I did this whimsical thing. And I'm open to doing those types of things. Like, I tried it, guys.
Which I think is the most beautiful way to be. Why not, dude? Be open to whimsy.
Especially during this time. Like, it's a guy that I follow. I forget his name, but he says these little quips. I hope my week is like down.
I think you're looking good.
Thanks.
But are you talking about the guy who he's got like a nice beard?
And nice curly little afro. It's like
always like front facing.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you're not showing up with
yes,
whimsy, I
love him.
Who you're talking about.
Yes, he's like, you're not showing up with. He's like, that's why I'm checking who's there, because my whimsy cannot be bridled.
Yeah.
Milady. Like, he's so like, I get him so much. So that's, you know, but the luxury of like being seen as that type of, so people they have it's a lot of pressure on me, and then the men that I do think that I would be compatible with, or whatever, they don't approach me, or they'll project this certain idea of me. Like, I've been told so many times I look bougie. I look, what
does that even mean?
Like, I'm
like unapproachable, maybe, is what they're saying.
In a sense, yeah. Especially like when it comes to like budgeting and stuff. I don't look budget friendly.
Well, that's such a weird assumption. Yeah, because I can't fathom you're someone that really cares how much.
I don't care
how much someone's making or something. Care.
And it's like I said, I like to frolic. I like things that more so pull towards the experience rather than the name. You know what I mean? Like, I'm down for a picnic. I'm down for so many different things, and people just put me in this box like, oh yeah, you want to go to the lock bar like, yeah, I love the lock bar, but we can go to happy hour, like, where it's
great drinks there.
Yeah, and when the oysters are like $1 a piece, like, we can do whatever, but people have put me in this box, and it's very lonely, like, to be pedestalized. And I feel like I sound like an asshole right now. Like, oh no,
you sound like you're sharing.
Like, I'm so sexy. It's so hard. No. But I'm big. I'm tall. I'm smart. It's too much lore
you got
to unpack.
Too much of a package.
It's too much lore to unpack. And then when somebody says, well, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I'm a scientist. You're like, what? You're like, where was you at last night? Well, I was doing stand-up. You do stand-up, girl? Like, it's too much. It's too much.
You need a man who's okay with being like your little cutie who stays at home.
Yeah. And that's also another problem. You run into guys, and then before you know it, they're like, I could probably do stand-up. I mean, it can't be that hard.
Oh,
like,
come on.
Like, oh, shit.
No, you need like a little cute softy guy who's like, "How was your set tonight? You did so good. I bet I made you dinner."
That would be great. But so the more that I don't have that, or even like just because I know everybody's so anti-comic on comic, but it's like I feel like a comic would know what I go through.
No, okay. My real feeling is that like, and obviously this doesn't make sense, so bear with me on the analogy. is that male comics shouldn't date within the industry and female comics should. And that's
I don't get it.
But that it's partially, but I just mean like, cause
okay,
so like a male comic, right? You don't want to date your fans. Wait, no. Okay. So female comic, you don't want to date your fans because there's going to be some weirdos in your DMs.
Oh yeah.
But like a male comic, I don't know. I don't have an explanation, but I just know that you should date a comic.
Yeah. And I think what it would take is like, so I've met male comics that are like more so willing to help in like the creative direction of things. So if a person is like that, then I think that's a green flag. But if the person is like trying to climb a ladder and they want you to put them on, are you gonna, I mean, yeah. So, and I think that kind of affected my last relationship. Like,
right,
I was a little further along in comedy than they were, and so it made it hard.
Oh, that's tense.
Yeah, and it's like I've never got booked for that.
Oh God,
that person doesn't like me, and I don't want to hear about that shit all the time. But somebody that just does comedy for the love of it, and
do you know who Steph Tolev is?
No.
She just had a special that came out on Netflix. She's what is she? Her jacket says like the filth queen or something.
Okay, I have to look at. It's so many comics that I just I don't know who that is.
But either way, she just got it like in the last 2 years, maybe 3 years, started dating this guy who's definitely, he wasn't a comic, but he's like into doing stuff with her.
Okay.
So he makes like videos with her and he's silly and he's into like being with her,
supportive.
Yes,
yeah,
and that's what I think of when you're talking about it. It's like that guy, or do you know who Atsuko is? She's
I've heard of that name.
She has the like very severe bowl cut.
Oh yeah, she's like Japanese or something.
Yes.
She's so fashionable. Yes.
Her husband, same deal.
Okay,
like, both very supportive. They're like, they are funny, and I would say that they probably are comedic people.
Yeah,
but they're not necessarily stand-up comics, and so
they're creative.
Yes,
and that's what I like. Like I like people, and you can be creative with anything. You can be creative in a culinary way. You can be creative like fashion wise. Like it's like I want to feel supported. Like, and I feel like because I am so vulnerable, like stand up is vulnerable.
It really is. Yeah.
And so you get up there, you take a risk, you take the risk of like humiliating yourself, and then you have to take it in stride too. You'll be like, oh, I bombed tonight, and you just gotta keep it moving.
You can't get negative about it.
Yeah, and so the person that I want to see me naked, like I want to be understood and all this other stuff, but lately I've been grappling with the idea that I might be asking for too much.
In what sense? Like that?
It's just, I don't know, like that it might not be realistic for me to have all these things because I'm definitely a person that operates in like trauma and patterns.
Sure.
And so I've always been somebody like, if I have a job, I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh.
And if I have a boyfriend, I don't have a job. And if I have like certain type of creative success, then I'm struggling at work. And it's just like, I want the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like I want everything to be okay at work. I have a boyfriend. And I'm doing good at comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can't do it all.
Yeah, and it's like
okay, so wait, maybe this is how this analogy works where I said like female comics should date within, male comics shouldn't. It's like the stereotype of a comic, right, is that we are somewhat narcissistic.
Yeah.
And with male comics that seems to be universal.
Oh yeah. That's not funny, yeah.
But like as a female comic, you can find men within who don't fall into that category, and that's fine. Okay. But the male comics who are successful are going to be too narcissistic to find within to allow someone to succeed.
Yeah. I think that's spot on. And it's like I'm forced to be around these people. Not forced, but these are the people that I'm around. So you're gonna like people that are within your proximity, and But also, I'm a scientist too, and the quirks are the same. The quirks are the same, and the community is small.
Right.
You can go to this company and then go to this company. You're gonna see the same fucking people. It's the same. Everything's high. So I don't get no relief. You know what I mean? Like. So that's something, and I'm trying to navigate it in a way where I don't have this self-pity. And I think when I'm not operating in that yearning Scorpio self-pity, I'm operating in that Aries moon anger. Like I'm a fire-breathing dragon, and I'm going to just bite everybody's head off, like, and the people that I'm gonna bite their head off, they deserve it. They've been begging for it.
I don't have any qualms with you biting the heads off of the people you going for.
I think it's time. It's time for me to show.
Yeah, get it out, dude.
Yeah.
And with that said, you've been giving out so much. Let's call it today.
Okay, cool.
You did such a great job.
Max said, "Time out, Ebony."
No, I
go take a nap.
I literally want your fire. I think it's cool.
Okay.
But also you should take a nap.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't really intro you because we just I love talking to you so much. I could just go right into it.
Yeah.
This is Ebony Moore. She's one of my favorite comics in Philadelphia. She literally is. And she's working hard. Don't make her come out there and bite your head off.
Yeah.
Because if she does and then you're mad about it and then you come to me for sympathy, I'm not going to have it.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm just playing. I'm kidding.
Did you want to plug anything real quick before you leave?
I don't know if it's gonna be out by then, but I have a show on Friday at Next to Dawn Comedy. It's gonna be Ebony Moore and Friends. Starts at 9:30. Starts late, so you definitely have time to come out. And then I have an Amazon Prime special called Ebony Moore: The Strawberry Mansion,
and it's really good. You should watch it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Max.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.